If you want to learn about application security, this video is for you. We're going to be talking about valuable tips on approach that you want to follow when you're talking about application security. The best way to protect your application. If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. Let's go. We know that cybersecurity, application security has been neglected for many years in the past, right? But we've been seeing this boom, which is a good thing, right? Especially during this pandemic, everything that happened in 2020, everyone realized how important it is to protect the data, to make sure that all the data, network, and application is secure enough. From my perspective, application security is still being somehow neglected from everyone. We've discussed about a lot how to protect the network, a lot about data privacy, but concepts and the importance of application security needs to be better worked from everyone. And one of the reasons that I'm saying that is because if you took college universities programs that deals with computer science and all these related fields, there is a lack of application security disciplines when you're talking about from these universities. And this showed to the industry, to the organizations, that probably those universities are not giving the attention that needs to be given when you're talking about application security. So what everyone needs to do, either study by themselves or take like a outside course or look for a course that can teach exactly what application security is and how you can implement application security within your organization. This is a huge problem that we are still facing, and it is urgent that all computer science and everything related to applications development need to consider application security. But if we need to discuss about valuable tips that you need to follow if you want to learn application security, and the very first one is you need to understand to implement a secure software development lifecycle in your organization. We know everyone knows how to do a very well SDLC, but are you able to implement the secure gates in each and every step? This is the first thing that you need to look after. This is the first thing that you need to look for. This is super important. And of course, once you master a secure software development lifecycle, you understand what needs to be done in each and every single step. And of course, the second tip would be to get familiar with the OWASP Top 10. Last week, we have discussed about this new edition, the OWASP Top 10 2021, right? We have this amazing and huge community that provides to us not exactly what needs to be done, right? But the focus that we need to make on when we are developing an application. What are the most vulnerabilities found throughout the applications, right? Where you need to put your energy, because most likely you will face this type of situation. We know that 100% of the applications are vulnerable, right? If an attack wants to find a vulnerability, they will do it, right? It's just a matter of time. So get familiar with OWASP Top 10, start contributing to them, because this community will help you on guiding and exactly what you need to do. And when we start mixing a secure software development lifecycle with OWASP Top 10 tips, and I don't want to call tips because it's way more than that, right? The guidance that they give to us, you're gonna realize that each step has very particular things that you need to do. When you're talking about requirements, you need in design, you need to start thinking about misuse cases, right? You need to start talking about threat modeling, things that you do at the very beginning of your software development life cycle that's going to help you understand the design that you need to put in place before start developing anything. You need to start shifting to way left and start discussing security from requirements from design, so you don't make mistakes during the development or you find mistakes at the end of your process, or even worse, when you have your product in production. So pay attention to the shift left approach, and you start talking about security while you're discussing about requirements and design. Now that you are able to add your security requirements, right? Do the threat modeling, making sure that your design is secure enough. You're gonna see that from the OWASP Top 10, a new category that we have is a secure design. Because if you want to fix one insecure design, you won't be able to do programmatically. You're gonna need to move way back at the beginning and fix at your design. This can be a huge mess for you and a huge lift that you're gonna need to do from an effort perspective. No one needs to do that. Nobody wants this type of situation. But once you master security requirements, threat modeling, secure design, you're going to be able to apply all the best practices when you're talking about coding. And this is one of the easiest part once you are able to do these first two. Get familiar with OWASP Top 10 because you're going to get a lot of tips on how to protect your application programmatically. This is amazing. And of course, you need to be paying very attention when you're talking about validation fields, right? Authentication, authorization. Those are the things that cannot be missing in your design and also on your code. And the very last one is everyone is there to help you, right? When you're talking about a good security community. And not only OWASP Top 10, but you can also find a lot of commercial tools that are gonna help you scan your application. And when I'm talking about tools, and you can find open source tools from the OWASP that can help you to do a SCA, to do a SAST, to do a DAST, right? Free and open source tools that gonna help you to scan your code in each step of your SDLC, in each step of your software development lifecycle. So when you start implementing your secure SDLC, you're gonna be able to add those tools that are gonna help you in each step of your process. So leverage this type of tools. If you want to use a commercial tool, there's tons available and amazing tools that you can use to provide inputs to you where and when you need to fix your vulnerabilities, potential risks that you have on your application. And of course, this is the very first thing that we were doing, talking about security, right? Post-deployment and maintenance, right? We do have penetration tests, and this is something that we still need to do. We have been facing so many threats and vulnerabilities and exposures every single day. Our industry changes so much daily that we need to constantly have this policy and good policy to keep testing your application, even if they are in production, to make sure that they will not find new vulnerabilities, of course, while you are deploying new piece of code on your product. So make sure that your whole chain of development has steps that can guarantee the security of your application. Not only when you are discussing requirements design, but also when you are developing, and of course when you are testing, and when you have this product in production. Making sure that you understand the whole security needs for your product, and you're gonna learn how to implement application security in an effective way. Guys, this is a very short video just to give a highlight what is application security and the paths that you can follow to guarantee that you are applying application security best practices throughout your SDLC. I hope you have enjoyed. See you next week.